Hello viewers and welcome back to Property Focus, your most trusted property show and your window into the world of architecture, building construction and real estate. Creativity is the true cornerstone of being successful. Creativity is seeing what everyone else has seen and thinking what no one else has thought. It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. So today we look at a design trend called the rustic style. It's a trend with emphasis on rugged natural beauty with simple tones and earth colors. To tell us more, we've got a couple of guests to demystify this trend a bit further. One of today's guests is a skilled artisan engineer known as the Rustic Fundi, who gives metal a nature-inspired texture with unpretentious organic warmth that makes your home and office spaces look rustic. But before we get into that, we have a review of a home that's adopted this style into its character as we learn how this home came to be. We always get the best, so boy do we have an excellent, interesting one for you. And thanks for choosing Property Focus, your window into the world of architecture, building construction and real estate. So welcome back, and I'm your host, Peter Ngigi. Now, metal comes in many shapes and forms, and you could make a lot of things with them. You could make chairs, fire pits, and so on and so forth. Now, it comes in different forms, in porous and non-porous types, but don't let me tell you this, let the experts tell you. Welcome to the show, Patrick.
Okay, welcome to.
Wonderful. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Patrick Mudama. I'm an expert in metal.
Oh, good, good. Now, we're looking at metal and rustic looks. What types of metals are there?
At the market, we have ferrous and non-ferrous metals.
Okay. What does ferrous metal mean?
Ferrous metals are the ones which is magnetic, whereby non-ferrous are the ones which is not magnetic.
So, being a fundi, what are some of the creative designs that you're seeing in the markets today, or you guys are making in the markets today?
For us, we are making some unique things, such as gates, pizza ovens. We have things like grills, windows, fire pits. We have decoration like flowers, whereby we start from the non-ferrous metals like brass, copper, and also ferrous ones like the mild steel. Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the designs you're making for fire pits?
Some of the designs, as you can see around, we have things like these parts for the lights, whereby bulbs are fitted in. Okay. We have the fire pits, whereby if you can see around, they are unique. They are cut with the plasma cutters, things like that. Yeah.
Cut with plasma cutters.
Yeah. Then
like something like this with the leaf behind.
Yeah.
Or the leaf design.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
What would you advise? There's somebody who's watching the show and wants to have a rustic look. What would you advise them?
For me to advise them, if they visit our company, that's Rustic Fundi, okay, they come with their designs. We sit down with that client, then we decide what we want, then we fabricate it. Yeah.
So you can design, right now in Kenya, it's possible to have any design that you want?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Provided you come with a picture,
yeah,
somebody can make it for you.
You place the drawing on the table, you work on it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Would you advise our viewers to buy Kenya and build Kenya?
Yeah, I would advise them, because we can't advise them to import. We have to make it here at Kenya. Yeah. So from that, we are growing our Kenya. Yeah.
Support the local talent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the latest design that you're working on?
At the moment, we are working with fireplaces. Yeah. If you check around, we have fireplaces, fire pits, which are very strong, and they will last for long. Comparing with the material which we are using, and comparing with what we have at the market, ours is very, very strong. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they varying in size? Can somebody put the fire pits in apartments, houses? What sizes do they come in?
The size which we usually make is what the client decides. I want this size, then we fabricate it. Yeah. We don't fabricate on our own. We stick with what the client wants. We fabricate that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
What about beds and chairs? Can somebody still have metalworks done in that?
Yeah. At the moment you check around, we have rocking chairs. We usually do chairs from wood. Okay. It's not only metal. Yeah. Yes. Wood is on metals, and also some different types of metals, and also stands. Yeah.
How about in terms of pairing materials? What materials do you use with metal?
Material which use with metals is like wood.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereby we can even use decoration things like we can't stick with only one material. We usually make materials like brass, copper,
Okay.
to make it interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So brass, copper, leather, is that?
Yeah, leather. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Do clients usually want? Let's say I'm a client. I've
Yeah.
come in, and I'm looking to get a chair.
Yeah.
What's the process?
If you are coming and you want a chair, we have our showroom whereby we show the clients. If you get interested in a certain chair or a table, he say yes, I'm interested in this. Then I show him through what we usually do. Then he say yes, I want this. Make it for me. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Patrick, for coming onto the show.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We're taking a short commercial break, but when we're back, how do you make these beautiful furniture pieces in just a bit? Stay tuned. Now, I'm very excited about this one as we're going to see how, with the right perspective, all things can be made beautiful. Let's have a look and see how wood and metal have been used to create aesthetically pleasing furniture pieces. With a touch of greenery, being a landscaper, she's mixed femininity with this masculine industrial material. And I like this guest because she's made the provision for us not to be worried about damaging anything. Let's find out more about this rustic material. And welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Katie. I'm from the UK originally, and I moved here about 6 years ago. I was working in landscaping, but about 2 years ago, I started my own indoor plant business.
Okay, wonderful. We're talking about rustic aesthetics. What does it mean to you, and why was it so important to have this?
I think for me, what I liked about the rustic look was that the rest of my house is quite white and has a bit of a shabby chic thing going on. And this provides a bit of contrast, kind of creates a bit more of a rough and ready space. I don't like things looking too pristine all the time. I want a space you can live in happily.
Okay, and what is the reception like whenever you have visitors?
Well, I always try and make a space feel quite welcoming. I don't want people to feel they can't spill a glass of wine or that they're going to make a mistake in my house. So generally, I think people feel kind of warm and welcomed, and everything here is here to be used. I don't ever want anything to be off limits.
But this is so masculine. How did you end up just putting this?
I was looking for something that would work really well for dinner parties, and you know, no one's going to be afraid to spill anything on this. It goes well with the space, though. I think it's a lovely contrast with the white walls and the greenery, and I think it's also hard wearing. I have a lot of dogs. I have people around quite a lot, so I needed something that was really going to go the distance.
So what is this blue on the table?
This is epoxy resin. What I like about Jonathan's work is he tries to use reclaimed wood a lot. I'm always trying to find ways to be more sustainable when I am choosing furniture. So I thought this was a great option, and then this just fills in some of the holes in the woods, and I think it looks absolutely fabulous.
And we're going to find out who Jonathan is in just a bit, so don't worry, it's coming shortly. But tell us, what should one consider whenever putting these kind of aesthetics in their spaces?
Well, they are quite large, I think, the whole decor here. So certainly you've got to have somebody around who can help you move them around. They are also, because of their size, if you do have a smaller home, you might want to come down a little bit in size, because it can be quite difficult to live with if you don't have the space. Yes. Most of this does have a kind of sturdy feel to it, so you might not want to have it if you've got a smaller home.
Katie, what's your style?
I think my style is quite eclectic. It's also quite maximalist. I love having things around me that speak to me, that tell me something about what I've done in my life. So whether or not that's somewhere I've been or a book I've found secondhand somewhere, I like to have it all around me to continually give me inspiration and yeah, kind of comfort, really, I suppose. I've never been one to kind of really edit things too much. As you can probably tell, I like to have everything around me, and that's how I like to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, tell us about the oven spaces and how you entertain your guests. Why was it so important for you to have a bit of an industrial feel?
You know, when you're entertaining guests, a lot of things can happen, things can break, things can fall. So I like to have things that are hard wearing, and these tables are really great for that, as is. So spaces like this, and then the bar area, I really want, you know, to make people feel comfortable, and so they are fully feeling that they can just relax and take it easy.
Brilliant. And you've supported the Build Kenya, Buy Kenya initiative out in the bar area. What are some of the materials that you've used over there?
When I'm buying furniture here in Kenya, I do like to make sure I'm buying sustainable wood. One of the main problems here, from a landscaping background, I do know that a lot of wood is illegally harvested. So I like to try and find things that are reclaimed, or using mango wood, which is sustainable, or even wooden pallets. I don't mind about the look of it too much. I just like to know that it's not doing any harm to the environment.
Could you give us your parting shot?
I'm hoping for 2021 that there will be more time to socialise and that things will be better. Hasn't really got as much use as I would like to have done this year, so I'm hoping if we can all be safe and well over the holiday period, that 2021 will be even better.
Okay, wonderful, brilliant. Well, thank you for coming onto the show.
Thank you.
Good. There you have it from Katie. Stay tuned. Now, growing up in Bristol, UK, Jonathan's calling was to Africa, where he spent 8 years. Fascinated by its culture, people, and environment, he started to combine his engineering skills with his love for contemporary furniture and functional art. Combining unique pieces of wood framed in decorated steel, he curated designs that stand the test of time. So let's hear from the Rusty Fundi. And welcome to Property Focus.
Hi, Peter.
Brilliant, brilliant. So tell us about yourself and how you started this business.
My name is Jonathan Baker. We're known as Rusty Fundi. I started this business when I made furniture for my own flat. I couldn't find what I wanted in the market and had a little workshop at the time. So I just knocked something together that suited something that I liked myself. And then within a short space of time, people really liked it. And yeah, we got into it that way.
What is this rustic aesthetic?
Rustic aesthetic is quite a unique thing, but more and more people are starting to open their eyes to it. It's allowing a material or an aesthetic to take shape itself. It's natural, it's a bit rough, it's a bit rugged, it's quite hard wearing. It complements the elements, nature, it's beautiful.
What is the design process of this particular look?
It's important to get the fabrication right. Rustic isn't an excuse to do shabby work. We put a lot of care and attention into the fabrication, but the rustic element is the finish that we get. So we complement metal with wood. The wood is often aged. It's not perfect. It's got its own character. It's weathered over time. And we complement that with clean lines, polished metal or rusted metal, and it's put together with a lot of care and attention and a lot of accuracy.
So that's, for an example, this is what you have over here.
It is, yeah. So we design it on the computer. we'd show that design to the client, make sure they're happy with it, and then we go into the materials and the finishing, make sure they're happy with that. They have to complement the space that we're working in. And then, yeah, a lot of time is put in the actual fabrication and getting that accuracy. And then, yeah, working with the material to enhance it in a way that complements its environment.
Jonathan, I realize there's a bit of a rust. Is that deliberate?
It is deliberate. We've put that in on purpose, so we can actually age metal to make it look like it's 10 years old in about 3 days. So with the right chemicals and combinations, yeah, we can speed up that rusting process.
Okay. What's the advantage of this particular look compared to softer fabrics?
A lot of people, they try and make it look pristine and immaculate, and it's an ongoing battle because, like, underneath it you have a material that always wants to do its own thing. So instead of fighting it, we actually work with it. We know that metal is going to rust over time, so why not use that as an aesthetic and let it do its thing.
Where have you used this rustic look? I can see we're at a bar area right now.
Yeah,
there's
so
a bit of a stove. What would you call this? This is the barbecue area?
This is the barbecue cooking area. We've got a pizza oven here and a drinks bar counter here. We've used it in public home, in private homes, in restaurants, some showrooms that we've done.
Okay. And I noticed this has like a copper cover to it.
It does. Copper's a beautiful material. It's organic, it changes colour under the environment and under heat. You get these beautiful rainbow colours coming through. It's a wonderful material to work with, yeah. Not the easiest thing to work with, but beautiful.
So what would you advise somebody who wants to infuse this particular aesthetic look into their spaces?
Yeah, so work with the space, see what the space has to offer. Are there straight lines? Is it more rugged? What's the colour palette? Are you looking for neutral colours? How can you complement that with contrast? It's all about balance and perspective and like the feeling that you're trying to get. It's like the yin and the yang. So this is very yang, it's very masculine, very industrial, it's quite hard. There's, you know, it's straight lines and edges. So if you look around you, it's in a very green space, which is very feminine. So actually this complements each other really nicely.
A mix and match with the plants and the industrial materials.
Exactly. So you've got the wood, the metal and the concrete, and then that's complemented and offset really nicely with all the natural green.
How does it fare on in terms of costs?
But the extra it costs you initially far outweighs the longevity of the product. You can pass this down to your children's children, it's still going to be here. So I think it's worth spending a little bit extra initially to get a really hard-wearing product that you can enjoy and last and not have to worry about it.
Wonderful, brilliant. As we conclude, any parting shot?
I would encourage people to get into the creative space. Don't get held back with like any limitations that you might have. Just go out there and try. You're not going to get it right the first time. Keep making, keep practicing, keep trying it and enjoy the process. It's a lot of fun.
And there you have it on a Rustic Aesthetics. And thank you for being with us from the start of the show till the finish. Now, remember, if you want to advertise with us, reach out to us on our socials, on Property Focus, that's on Facebook, and Property_Focus_ on Instagram. It's been a delight. Happy New Year, folks. I've been your host, Peter Ngigi.